Yeah, hey, I'm going to slap Twitch in the mouth, or hey, I'm going to join in with the kicking of Twitch, okay? Why am I doing this? Because, hey, listen, I think Twitch as a platform has devolved into a place of unending favoritism, hypocrisy, and the way I see it is, you know, anyone that tries to really make a name for themselves on Twitch, good luck dealing with the algorithm. Think things are bad here on YouTube or anywhere else. I mean, Twitch, no, it's the world's most one-sided fist fight. If you're not in the favor of the higher echelon, you ain't going nowhere. You ain't gaining any ground. You are going to be stuck in the mud, like a stick in the mud. But see, the thing is, Twitch made an oopsie, okay? And a streamer, I talked about this on yesterday's show, was assaulted at a TwitchCon event, all right? And hey, I don't want to see anyone get hurt in this business. I don't care what content they do, live streaming, independent media, entertainment, video games, whatever. But the point is, when you have like big time creators, especially those that have millions, 2 millions of followers, subscribers, and you're holding this big event in which, fans of theirs or people who like the platform are going to be attending, as much as I want everyone to be open and nice, you got to have security there, because there's always going to be the unhinged, mentally unwell people who have parasocial relationships with a lot of these big time streamers or influencers who, in turn, think that, like, hey, this is my best friend in the whole wide world. Again, separation of reality, okay? But what happened to her was not right. And this is only a small segment of her live stream. I watched her whole thing. She was literally afraid because the guy pulled, when he was pushed away from her by her security, he pulled out something that, again, some people were saying it was a knife, allegedly. It looked like a pen, but still, anything could have happened to her, and nobody should be forced upon like how she was forced upon. I want to play this video here.
Okay, I've been talking to Twitch people, and I'm really upset because I noticed a lot of negligence around the event, and I'm not happy with the way that they're handling it now. And I'm like, what do you mean? And she's like, well, I asked them, like, what are they gonna do about this? And you know what they said initially? They said, oh, well, he's banned from the platform for 30 days. What? And then she's obviously like, hello? Like, that needs to be indefinite. What the fuck are you talking about? Also, that's like nothing to do with anything. No one gives a fuck if he's banned on Twitch or not. Like, we're talking about the convention here. So they change it to indefinite. Takes an hour for that to happen, by the way.
So yeah, the guy who assaulted her got a 30-day ban. When Hassan's made his oopsies, he's made Hassan Piker, when he's made his oopsies, it's been like either a day or 2-day long ban, right? This guy assaults a streamer, this random dude who tries to kiss her, grope her, pull her in, whatever, crosses the line, crosses past all security. It was only her private security that had to step in, all right, because it was assumed that TwitchCon security would be there to be the first line of defense. Nope, not there. He gets a 30-day ban. This isn't over, folks. There's a little bit more here.
These two people are the head of security for Amazon and the head of risk for Twitch. Also, later the same night, I'm not gonna drop names here because I wasn't there, so I didn't see it, but I had multiple people tell me that key Twitch representatives last night were out partying.
I just want to pull this up here too, because Taylor Lorenz talked to Dan Clancy about Twitch safety, right? He did. She did, right? By the way, I don't understand. I just gotta ask this here, okay? It is now 2025. I mean, I get wearing. I get it. I mean, I understand. But why are you wearing a mask? Why are you doing this? What is this? What is this madness? Seriously, what is this madness? Okay, like, I know a lot of us didn't like wearing masks. The only caveat I got to make silly faces underneath the mask. And nobody knew it. I was kind of making silly faces, but that's it.
And others. Obviously, we saw one Twitch streamer yesterday, Emiru, get assaulted by a male fan. And a lot of streamers have, especially female streamers, have talked about, the danger that they feel from these sort of toxic, I guess, parasocial kind of creeps. What are you guys doing to prioritize safety? Because I know also a bunch of Twitch content creators said that they were too scared to even come to TwitchCon this year, just in case something like what happened yesterday would happen.
The safety of our creators is the top priority. The challenge we face is a challenge in today's society. It's not limited to Twitch. It extends throughout our society. I do think that...
All right, there's a couple of things here. I want to be careful with this. First of all, number one, Twitch as a platform, because Big Shiesty is asking, Kit, can you explain why people hate Dan Clancy? First of all, number one, on social media, at least how it shows, he has had, at least there's videos showing of his alleged favoritism towards one Hassan Piker, and people, that rubs a lot of people off the wrong way, okay? It makes a lot of people angry for that. Plus, also, when it comes down to content creation, moderation, and growth on Twitch, there has been allegations and statements and growing vocal concerns that there is an algorithm and rhyme that only favors certain people that maybe Twitch will cater to, whereas everyone else, it's a struggle to get 1 or 2 viewers to be watching a stream, okay? It's like the table is rigged. The table is rigged. The machines are rigged. Third, I don't know why he did, but when he was showing off Twitch's new abilities, he had a lot of female streamers on his phone. And he was showing it. So it's sort of like, when you follow certain people on social media, like these are the people you follow. A lot of them were young women streamers, So, hey, to each their own. Basically, Twitch is billions of dollars in the red. They were acquired by Amazon in 2014, and Dan Clancy, manning the ship, has done a terrible job.
When you're live streaming, in many ways, since you control your community and you can ban people, you can make it so that those people that you don't want engaging with you and participating with you aren't there, okay? It's very different, when I use other short form content and people say all sorts of stuff, well, I can't stop that. But when I live stream, they basically don't bother me. Now, what happened yesterday obviously was something that we care deeply about, securing this environment. We're looking very closely at everything that happened there, and I care deeply about Emmy. She's a friend of mine, and so I want to see how we can support her. This is just something we have to keep working on. I think everyone identifies our tools in terms of trust and safety as the leaders in the industry about helping creators, but that means there's always more work to be done because that's the world we live in now.
Okay, now here's the thing. It took hours. Okay, so that 1 minute, 20-second video of Emmy speaking, what happened to her, okay? It took hours for Twitch to even do a proper response or even deal with the guy that assaulted her, all right? Twitch did a terrible job protecting a major streamer. And she brought this up, too, during her live stream. I only can imagine the fear and concern of smaller streamers who may not have security or people protecting their booth or cannot even afford their own private security because there's a lot of unhinged people out there. Yes, the internet's a beautiful place, but it's also a scary place where you got a lot of crazy wackos out there. And so if Twitch is not going to be providing security and protection to one of the biggest people out there and then do a terrible job for accountability, including Amazon, which owns Twitch, this signals to me the beginning of the end. Finally, the stepping stones, the pathway of a major platform going extinct. And the problem is when you have people like Asmongold and Tectone looking at the numbers of Twitch, say whatever you want about them, they're correct. Those numbers are going down. So when Asmongold is saying the Twitch numbers are going down, when Tectone says the Twitch numbers are going down, this is a real fact. Nobody is supporting Twitch. It's not the same as it used to be. It's dying on the vine because it offers nothing substantial anymore, and it's not profit-driven anymore. And they pushed away a lot of key things in their infrastructure that would have made them a rival, which is why you have platforms like Kick out competing them.
I posted earlier today that I guess this fan was allowed to cross multiple barriers at TwitchCon. Why should streamers trust Twitch to keep them safe at TwitchCon? Because I feel like simultaneously this has been such a secure event to the point that even like journalists have had struggled. Like, it is very secure, but here's this man that just walks up and is somehow able to bypass all these things. So why should they trust the platform when slip-ups or, issues like this have happened?
Well, I mean, as you know, I think you toured some of what we do in terms of security. The reality is, even as you do a lot in terms of security in today's world, there are challenges that can present themselves, especially when someone is putting themselves out there, right? And so, we try to work very closely with each creator about what they want to do and what works for them, right? So I don't want to get into any, specifics or details, but part of that is working with creators and, trying to find them. Right now, we're definitely, ramping it up to make sure creators know that we have the resources there to help them figure out what's right for them.
Yeah, that's what that is, the word salad. What that is the word salad, because here's the thing. This was brought to my attention while I was just doing the stream right now. I was like, hey, Kit, we're looking at security here. Hey, Kit, check this out. Look at this. Look at this right here. For example, Dan Clancy. We care about our female creators. Hits female creator with the flip over fadeaway pile driver brainbuster. What is this? What is this? There's Dan Clancy. Hold on, gotta mute because copyright. There he is, Dan Clancy. There's a female creator right there. Okay. All right. Uh-huh. You're the CEO of Twitch right now. You fail to do a proper flip. You need to hit the gym more. What is this? What is... I'm not mad. So we've all seen the video right now circulating on social media where Twitch is now being called out for its utter hypocrisy, especially failing to protect this one streamer. Okay, Emily Beth Sunak, who is again, just trying to meet with fans, talking with people, and then all of a sudden, this one person crosses all the barriers. Where's the security? Where's the security at? So she was obviously shooken up. She was scared for her life. And now Twitch has to do recovery again. They have to do damage control again. They have to do these things, okay? And this isn't the first time we've seen, Twitch fail in its responsibilities to provide, a safe space. You've had a lot of Twitch streamers out there saying that they have not felt safe at other TwitchCon events, that there's been a lack of real accountability and, openness with Twitch leadership, the Twitch administration. So this can lead to the possibility of the end of this platform, which we've been covering about. So it's just bigger than just Hassan and any words he's saying, because after all, Twitch, like Discord and Reddit, had to go up to the U.S. Congress this month to speak about, a certain online behavior, especially with the aftermath of the assassination of Charlie Kirk. Yeah, Twitch has got a problem, and Amazon is going to have to be looking at its numbers and wondering whether or not Twitch is even worth the squeeze anymore. And as for major content creators, if you are a major creator on Twitch and you saw how they responded to Emily and what she went through, and the fact that they didn't really give her the time of day to even ask her if she was okay, what makes you think that's going to be any different for you, to any of the men and women who use Twitch, who perhaps have large followings or small followings? You want to lose Twitch? You want to lose your the people who make you what you are? Continue your reactions. But I think at this point, this might be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and people will be moving away. I mean, if this isn't going to be signaling the end of the mass exodus of Twitch, there's going to be something else here.